Students were able to hear Richard Lawson's own personal dream that set the tone for the lucrative career he has today, and then the breakdown of how he made his dream a reality. I was able to catch up with a student who attended the masterclass series and get her thoughts.
Overall, I felt like it was a very safe space with Mr. Lawson. He really allowed us to open up and go deep inside of ourselves to pull out that talent. I really loved the cold exercise we did. It really made me want to pull out that passion that I had, because I thought the passion of acting and drama overall was dying inside of me. Like, okay, I just don't want to do it anymore. But the way he orchestrated the cold exercise and told us, hey, go down and revisit that trauma and allow yourself to express that feeling and emotion throughout your acting. And that's what really makes the audience feel exactly what you're trying to push out or express.
Lawson introduced two prisms to describe what show business really is. On the show prism, there was strategy, passion, and application. On the business prism was crafts, politics, and personality. He believes that you and your energy are like a light beam entering this space where art can occur. In addition to the prisms, Lawson stressed the importance of time management by breaking down the 168 hours in a week and delegating a task to each hour. Lawson introduced a bus theory by challenging students to ask the question, who was on their bus and going with them to the next step in life, and who needed to get off at the next station. All attendees were able to receive a free copy of his book, The Artist's Roadmap, which launched this week. So when you were asked to do this masterclass here at SC State, I know that came with a lot of planning and preparation. What's one crucial thing that you want students to take away from your two-day series?
That dreams don't have expiration dates. That if you can see it, you can be it. And that it's important to see it. Because if you can't see it, then you don't know what it is or where you're going or where you're headed. You're kind of, a boat without a rudder is going to drift according to, the tide. There's a film that I show in this, and it talks about whether you're the thermostat or the thermometer. Thermometer reads the room and is at effect to the temperature, and all it can do is react. The thermostat sets the temperature in the room. It decides what it's going to be, and that's what it is. And so, are you the thermostat or the thermometer?
I prefer thermostat. I like thermostat.
You prefer?
I am the thermostat.
There you go. There you go.
I am the thermostat. So you recently this week launched your book, The Artist's Roadmap. What inspired you to write your book? Did you just wake up one day and decide to write, or where did the inspiration come from?
No, that book is 55 years of teaching, and 78 years of living goes into that book in terms of how to negotiate the path. The Artist's Roadmap. What's the roadmap to navigating your career and life? Because you got to navigate it, and I offer some tools and skills in terms of navigating your career in show business. Two different things. Show is learning how to be a consummate artist. Business is how to monetize that. This is monetizing my art, putting it in a book, taking it out, going to places and sharing it with other people. And that book will breed other speaking engagements and other opportunities and TED Talks and all of that. And other books, the other books will do the same and continue to expand, my knowledge, my reach, my influence, and my audience, and so that it takes my ability to act and teach other people and expand it into other territories.
Okay, so within the last year, you put out a lot of projects, Divorce the Black with our very own Miss Robinson, and Beauty and Black.
My girl.
And Beauty and Black, which was renewed for a second season. That's especially with your book, that is a lot of stuff to do. Do you plan on slowing down anytime soon?
What's that?
Slowing down anytime soon, taking a break.
What is that? I don't know. Can you explain to me what slowing down is?
Taking rest. Do you plan on taking rest?
I rest while I move. You know, when I'm moving, I'm resting. I'm breathing as I'm moving, as I'm traveling. I don't need rest. You know, I love what I do. You know, when you love what you do it, and you do it as much as you can. I love what I do. I'm living in my purpose. That's fueling me. That's keeping me younger. It helps me to defy gravity.
Okay.
I don't wanna get to the point where, you know, gravity, what takes you down, you know, living you know, you're living your life with enthusiasm and being present is nutrition to my soul, to my mind, to other people's souls and other people's mind. Do you see, were you there today?
I was.
Did you see what happened today?
Bizarre.
Yeah,
Yes.
that was a miracle. I want to keep doing that. Now you see her life, you can see what's possible, and see her willingness to like change these things that she just doesn't quite understand because, you know, nobody ever told her that she didn't have to take responsibility for everybody else's life.
So we know Miss Robinson is Miss Robinson and Professor Robinson, but you had the opportunity to know her as breakout star Robinson. What can you tell us about how she is on set and her drive for acting?
First of all, she brings it. She said, I come 1,000. She's not joking. She comes. She brings all of herself. She's real. She's grounded. You know, she has these skills that she's developed over the course of her life, and it shows up on the set in terms of her work, the choice of her choices as a character. She's just a solid human being who has a lot of life experience, and it shows up in the characters that she plays. Both of them. Miss Linda was nobody to play with, you know. I mean,
Not at all. Not at all.
no, and neither was Delinda, who's the character in Beauty in Black. You know, so she's a solid person. Now, like you talk about dreams don't have expiration dates. She's here, she's been teaching here for 25 years, you know, and she's a desire to be a fully recognized actress, which means that to get out there in the world and let other people know, you know, to expand on, you know, her notoriety now and to market that and expand her brand even more so that, you know, she has to take a leave of absence so that she can pursue her real passion. Not that teaching isn't, but that, I think, sits pretty high in terms of her priority.
I personally enjoyed the Masterclass series, and it was very insightful, and I learned a lot. I would like to thank Mr. Lawson for doing the interview. This is Kira McGowan for Bulldog News Now. Enjoy the rest of your day.